When it gets dark and chilly and the moon looks like Frosty the Snowman, you know it's time for the Frost Moon. So today, we're going to count down the Terraria Top 5 Frost Moon drops. These items are only gotten during the Frost Moon, and they can be hard to get, but the challenge is fun, and it's also worth it. So without further ado, let's get started at number 5. The Christmas hook is dropped by the Everscream and is the most valuable hook in the game. It has a 35 block range, which is the absolutely longest of the group, and also has 3 hooks itself, which takes in 3 directions. Overall, this is, again, the most valuable hook in the game, and it can be a little bit tricky to get. So you may have to grind the Frost Moon a few times in order to get lucky, but then again, who knows? Either way, the Christmas hook, definitely something I think all players will love to have. Number 4. The chain gun is dropped by the sand tank and does sick amount of damage. So if you're a ranger or you just love ranged weapons, this is something you definitely want to try to pick up. Grind those sand tanks down, and once you get it, have fun blasting away. Combine this thing with some chlorophyte bullets, and you can easily shred Duke Fishron without much hesitation. It has a 50% chance of not consuming ammunition, but it also sprays bullets everywhere, so without chlorophyte, this thing becomes a little bit more tricky. Overall, though, the chain gun is a very powerful weapon and still shreds face to say the least. Number 3. The Razor Pine is also dropped by the Everscream, and if you're having trouble with the wave, this is probably the best weapon to try to get things going. Now, this was nerfed once upon a time, but still, it is highly powerful and can do a pretty good job during the Frost Moon. Combining the Razor Pine with the Spectre armor, you're either going to have some high damage going out or some really good healing capabilities. This weapon is a spellcaster's dream, and while it's not the most powerful, it does shred with its insanely fast speed. So the Razor Pine is a pretty sweet weapon sitting at number 3. Number 2. The North Pole was the way the devs gave the melee class some love. This spear weapon is dropped by the Ice Queen during the Frost Moon and shoots out a projectile weapon that costs 0 mana while you're fighting, so that right there is very helpful in itself. Want to know what's really cool? The projectile shot drops snowflakes that actually do damage too, so it carpet bombs the area that you're shooting in. Now, the projectile is affected by gravity, but still, this thing does damage on top of damage. How awesome is that? It's already powerful enough as it is, so they went ahead and added more to it. Even after its nerf, the North Pole still deserves the number 2 spot and is a very awesome weapon to have, to say the least. And finally, number 1. The Blizzard Staff is dropped by the Ice Queen during the Frost Moon event and does the second highest amount of damage in the game. That's behind the Bubble Gun from Duke Fishron. Holy crap, did they think ahead on this one. The staff auto-fires non-piercing icicles from the sky and travels with your cursor the longer you hold it down. So this thing has some pretty good control on where you can do damage at, and it does damage very well. If you're going to go up against Duke Fishron for the first time, this is a pretty good weapon to have on hand. Again, as the second highest DPS in the game currently, behind the Bubble Gun, this thing does a good job of pretty much shredding face. So with that, the Blizzard Staff earns the top spot from the Frost Moon. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Feel free to share your top 5 Frost Moon drops down there below as well. I'd love to hear from you. Have yourself a wonderful day, and if not, then simply fake it. I will see you again next time. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.